everybody. How's everyone doing? How's everyone enjoying the day? Good? Like the lunch? Okay, so we're gonna get started. This is the Cultural Norms panel, and I'm Marley Marcinzik. I'm a second-year graduate student in the IO program, and I sat on the panel earlier, so you've learned a little bit about me. I'm gonna introduce the panel. If you could introduce yourself, just say your name, the program, and where you're from. We can start down at this end.
My name is Arif. I'm doing my master's in engineering and operations management, and I'm originally from Lebanon. Brandon.
Hi, my name is Brandon Nerium. I'm doing a master's in criminal justice with a concentration in forensic computer investigation. I'm actually from Connecticut, but I'm from the other side of Connecticut, which is quite different from the New Haven area.
Hello, my name is Muntadar Ali. I'm from Iraq. I'm studying electrical engineering master.
Hello, I'm Darlene Houston. I'm in the Labor Relations Program, and I live in the area.
Hi, I'm on. My name is Ty Wrightbay. This is my second year. I'm in the Forensic Science Program with a concentration in Advanced Investigations.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lu. I'm second year Industrial and Organizational Psychology program, and I come from Southeast of China.
Okay, thank you. So we're just gonna jump right in. First question for the panel, and anyone could answer this question. How did you find your housing in the area, and what were some of your challenges? And do you have any tips for some of the people in the audience that might not have found housing yet? Anyway, go ahead.
So I found my apartment on Craigslist. Craigslist seems to be the go-to if you're looking for housing, apartments, even just rooms or other roommates. I got particularly lucky. I live in the area, so I was able to come down and preview the apartment before I actually moved in. International students, especially if you're back home and you're looking, you might not be able to get that opportunity right away, but I highly recommend it if it's possible. My other tip, besides going on Craigslist to look for housing, is to try to ask the current tenants what they think about where they're living and what it's like. They're likely to be far more honest with you than the landlord, as the landlord's not trying to get your money. So if possible, talk to the current tenants.
Anybody else?
So as you know, as a graduate student, you only have one choice, which is living off campus, unlike undergrad who have two choices, on campus or off campus. So there is a good place or a link to look for a housing which is jump off campus. It's a link on the website of the university. You can find a lot of choices. There are good choices. For example, I found the Regency. It's in Elm Street. It's here, so close. And you can find any other choices if you like any of them.
Okay, and kind of related to that, what kind of transportation are you guys using? Do you use the shuttle? Do you have your own car? I know everyone probably got their parking passes, but anything about transportation?
I live up the street, so I use my two legs to walk to school. But if I also work at the mall, and so I catch the bus, which picks us up across the street at Subway, and it's just easy. Just register for your pass, and you just get on the bus. The people here are nice. You don't have to worry about, because I know a lot of people are worried about their safety if they're new to the town, but it's cool.
Lou, do you use the shuttle?
I use the bus. I use the bus because in the first year I live very close to UNH, so I work. I work to home, but if I went to the New Haven downtown or the Milford, the mall, so I use the old bus to bring me there.
Just for the record, the buses are not so good in the night and in the winter. So if you can afford it, there are cars with $2,500 or $3,000. So if you can afford it, it's worthy. Because as I said, in the night it's so cold and the buses are not frequently available. So you may consider buying a car because it's a good choice.
Good, thank you. Okay, so you guys all got to eat at the dining hall downstairs, the one on campus, and maybe on your tour we picked out a couple different places. Can you guys tell me about your favorite place to eat on campus? If you have any preference?
On campus.
I like Sandelas. They have really good quesadillas, and they have these things called like the chicken broccoli bowl, and it's so good. They have a lot of options, and it fills you up. It depends on what you want. They have like a burger place where you could get, you know, your simple things, burgers, French fries. You just have to be willing to walk around campus, get to know it a little bit, and you'll find your place.
Sorry.
For me, I eat right here at Jasmine's a lot on the way to classes, especially for grad students. We get here kind of later in the day, and Jasmine's is always open. You can pick up a sandwich there, quick hot coffee if you need to stay awake. And so I like Jasmine's right here at Bartels. Really good food.
Just one quick thing, because this I only came to know after 2 semesters of being here. At the marketplace, there are some meal plans that you can get, like all you can eat for say $7 or $10 if it's at night. So also I would recommend that you ask the people there, because like at certain timings they'll have this option, all you can eat, for a fixed amount of money, and that's pretty much like very convenient. And off campus, I'm a very loyal customer to Subway because, well, they have some vegetarian option at least. So it's pretty close as well, but yeah.
Well, that was my next question actually, is what your favorite places are off campus. Do you have any preference for the pizzas? And then for the international students, are there any marketplaces that you can get that home feel, real good, the rolls for spring rolls or anything like that?
So I come from China. For the Chinese students, if you like spicy food, there is very good restaurant in Milford. It's called Lao Sichuan, and there's another one called Hao Sichuan in West Haven, which they will have pretty authentic Chinese food there. And there also is there is one in New Haven. It is called Char. So it is a Taiwanese restaurant. And also, if you want to cook by yourself at home, you can go to New Haven downtown. There is a Hong Kong supermarket, and there is a Beijing supermarket. You can always buy the food made in China. But I think if you want to buy some fresh food, for example, the egg, milk, and some fruit made in USA, you have better to go to the local American supermarkets, such as ShopRite, Stop Shop, and Walmart, and the wholesaler, which is Costco. So I think that's better for you to buy the food made in USA. It's more fresh.
Thank you.
For Middle Eastern students, there is a good Turkish restaurant nearby. There is also a Syrian restaurant in downtown New Haven. And if you want to try good American food, there is a place called Prime 16 in Boston Post Road. And the wings, what do you call it? The one
Buffalo
that-
Wild Wings?
Yeah, this one. The Buffalo Wings. It's a good place if you want to try American food too.
You can't really go wrong with food in New Haven. There's plenty of alternatives to the chains that you're used to seeing. So in terms of local food, I'm going to vouch for the Turkish Kebab House right across from Dodd's. It's a good place to eat. That and Capetta's, which is probably a 10, 15-minute walk down the street. Capetta's is a little Italian sandwich shop. And it reminds me of this little deli I had back home, which is refreshing and incredibly unexpected. But if you go downtown, which isn't something you're going to hit up on the way to class, plenty of food options. There's a little app called Urban Spoon. It's for Android. I'm sure it's for iOS, and it will show you all the local favorites voted on by popularity or and price. So that's convenient. Urban Spoon. So check that out.
And just don't forget that what you cook in the house is always the best, assuming that you are a good cooker.
Okay, so we talked a little bit about traveling into New Haven. What was your biggest shock coming to this part of Connecticut or this side of the world or wherever you came from? What was the biggest shock?
The biggest shock for international students is how to get involved and how to be with the local people. So for me, as a graduate student, GSC was the best chance for me to meet people and to know good people. For example, the GSC board people, they are really good people. So I really advise graduate students to attend the meetings of the GSC because it's a good opportunity for you to meet people and to make friends.
Thank you. Okay, the next question is, when you came to campus, what was the best way to make new friends and kind of start conversations, especially if English isn't your first language?
I'm definitely going to say join as many clubs as you can, within reason. Don't sacrifice your grades over it. But I found out that there were a lot of undergraduate, I guess primarily undergraduate clubs that ended up being hybrid clubs. So I'm interested in, like gaming or like computer esports, whatever. I went and I showed up and I said, hey, do you mind if I hang out with you guys? I made a lot of really close friends that way. So it's not necessarily obvious to graduate students, and it's definitely not something like the Criminal Justice Association. It's more of like a hobby thing. But if you want to make some quick friends, there's no better way to do it than getting involved with as many clubs as you possibly can.
Great. And are there any clubs that are more specific for international students that maybe are from the same ethnic background that you guys are part of or can speak about?
Just one thing before that, I want to add something to what Brandon said. Apart from getting involved with clubs, for graduate students, as I'm assuming everyone here is graduate, right?
Yeah.
So because we don't have too many graduate organizations, recognized student organizations, you're always welcome to start your own clubs. And that's pretty much a very nice challenge. Personally, I have taken that last year, and we started an organization. It's called Engineering Smart Management, and it's about fostering leadership and managerial skills for one. So you can also start whatever club that you're interested in, and also being part of GSC, which Muntadar just mentioned, GSC Graduate Student Council, exposes you to these different clubs, which if you have a certain matching interest, you can also join. Apart from that.
Oh, clubs specifically for international student groups like the CSSA.
Yeah. So for international students, speaking about graduate student organizations, since there aren't too many, I would recommend that don't go through that road of separating yourself domestic students from international students. Else, what's the purpose of traveling all this distance and being here? So always try to be less conscious of that separation between you and people who are from here, because the merger is what enriches the experience. At least that has been in my experience.
Okay. So moving into the classroom, what do you think is the best way of communicating with your professors?
Not email.
Not email. Well, I'd say email is a good follow-up, but honestly, talk to them. It sounds silly, but after class, go up, talk to them, let them put a face to your name. They'll remember that you were interested in talking to them. They'll remember that you're interested in your grade, you're interested in the class, and they'll want to help you. More often than not, if it's the difference between like a B and a B+, if you put that effort in and they know who you are, they'll just give you that B+. Why not? You put the effort in, they'll put the effort in.
And there's what is so-called office hours. It's the time where the professor can meet students or answer their questions. So look at the papers of your syllabus. You can know what the office hours of your professor. And you can go to him at this time to ask questions so he can answer you or to ask about your grades.
I want to add that it's always earlier to making networking and building relationship with your professors, because one day maybe you need your professors to help you to write a reference letter for your job search in USA. So it's always let them know who you are, and and it's better for you to for your professional and personal growth.
Thank you. Okay, so we touched about this a little bit at the last panel, but I want to talk about it again because it's so important. In regards to the UNH policies, how did you kind of get accustomed to, the policies, the smoking policy, the sexual harassment policy? Did you find the handbook? Did you just kind of learn what other people were doing? What kind of method did you use?
If you are doing a research or a project, of course you'll ask your professor on how to do it. But the general way is that when you cite some book or paper, you have to paraphrase what's there. You cannot just take it directly. And there is a special way for each major. For example, at least for engineering, we can write the references at the end, and then beside each sentence or paragraph, we write the number of the reference that represents the thing that we took something from. And you should be careful with this, because the university is so sensitive with plagiarism, even if it's not on purpose.
I think the easiest mistake to make with plagiarism is that it's not just citing quotations and paraphrasing. You also have to acknowledge ideas. If it's not your idea, that's still something you need to cite.
The other thing is, in order to familiarize yourself with a lot of the UNH policies and stuff, research and go online to UNH, Inside UNH. That website has a lot of information for students on there. And just research that, and you can search out a lot of things. There's a lot of different tabs on there, student activities. They'll just constantly keep you abreast of what's going on at the college. Any new policies, it will be on there. So I would suggest that a lot of grad students get involved in that, researching.
Okay. And I'm actually on the academic integrity board, so the teachers do take this seriously, and I sit and I listen to different stories of students. And just, if you have questions, ask your teacher before you turn it in. That's the best way, because if you just turn it in, they'll automatically think that you're plagiarizing. So it is taken seriously here, and you can't get kicked out of school just for a paragraph. So just ask.
So there are two resources I want to give you to help you to know more about what the plagiarism is. The first one is you can go to our UNH website. It is www.newhaven.edu start at /33488.7.pdf. Start at page 4, so you can know more about what the plagiarism is. But another source is www.plagiarism.org. So it's another resource help you to find what's the plagiarism.
Thank you. Okay, so the next question is about campus resources. Which campus resources do you use most often? Can you talk any about that? It could be anything, psychological, the health center, the financial aid. Have you had any experiences with any of the campus resources?
My favorite is career development, because they will help you each way through your resume, and just to get another person's opinion is great. And you can actually do that through the computer. You don't even have to meet them in person. They'll send you your corrections, and you could just make it. And you keep doing that till they send you the okay that it's approved. So.
And also the library and CLR are good resources of information. For example, if you find out that there is a good paper online and you want to have some information from it, of course this paper is with money. So you can ask the library to download this paper for you for free, but you can give them 1 day to do that. Also, when you write something, you can go to CLR to have them check your writing, whether there are mistakes or whether to modify it to make it close to perfection.
So I like to go to the CDC also for my resume correcting and cover letter correcting, and also they can help you to do the mock interview there. Also, you can ask if there are any internship or opportunity there. You can always ask about it. And in the CLR, for your assignments, you can, when they have the writing lab, they have the writing tutor to help you to improve your assignments.
As far as the Career Development Center goes, I use that. And you can log on through Inside UNH, set up a profile for your major, for those of you that are not in the field that you want to be or you're trying to get into that field. So you set it up, you do your resume, and then when you send it to the CDC, they will correct it and send it back to you. And then when like they said, when you get that perfect thing, it goes into your profile so that when you see internships or jobs that you want, you'll be able to apply for them through that website. So I use that, and it's wonderful. And even if you just want to look to see what's available in your field, whatever field you're in, they'll eventually get jobs and internships on that website. So it's a great resource.
And a lot of employers have relationships with companies in the area, and they'll send an email out, but they won't send your resume back to the employer without it getting checked by the CDC. So it's nice to just have it double checked before you start your internship and job process. So I want to open it up to some questions. Who has the first question? Anybody? No? Okay, thank you. And thank you to the panelists.
I'll just end with something before I leave you today. That is, being a graduate student, your most probably will be done in less than 2 years. At least most of the programs will be so. So I would strongly recommend that you try to benefit and enjoy your time here as much as possible. Don't settle in your comfort zones, whatever they are. Just try to expand your horizons. That's also part of your education. And I'm just saying that because if I were to talk to myself a year back, I would be just saying that. Because it really sucks, like, after being here a year and a half and I come to know about certain things that I could have made use of, I said, damn it, you know? So, so I would really recommend that you take this opportunity, and it's your life that you're investing more than anything else. So put it to great use. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.